So when I came across the opportunity, I was like, this is the perfect opportunity for me.
Honestly, I have never attended such a program like this, never.
I think there has been an immense shift in my mindset.
Now I look at the media space differently, and I also look at approaching media projects differently.
For 3 immersive days, a select group of young change makers will undergo a transformative experience that reshapes how they perceive, understand, and use media for social impact. The Youth Action Labs is a special presentation of our flagship Social Justice Academy, SJA, a rigorous 3 to 5 day residential capacity development program designed to empower, activate, engage, and connect competitively selected social justice champions across Nigeria. The lab intentionally brings together passionate advocates working at the intersection of media, advocacy, technology, community engagement, and social action. Built on a rich learning model, the Academy blends practical workshops, long-form readings, expert seminars, role plays, and team projects facilitated by leading media practitioners, trainers, and seasoned mentors. The fully residential setup removes distraction and creates a focused environment for intense learning, collaboration, networking, and co-creation of solutions.
What motivated me to apply for this particular program was because I realized that there is little to no developmental courses that is well tailored to media for development. So when I actually saw the call for application for this particular program by Citizen Common, I was just like, okay, this is it. This is an opportunity for me to, delve into the intricacies of using media as a tool for driving sustainable development.
I applied because I felt that I needed the training, I needed to have more insights, I needed to gain more experience, practical experience on how to do this, because sometimes you just pick our phones, you type something and you just throw it online and, without being strategic. So I applied for this program, and because I wanted to learn the strategy, I wanted to make a difference using the media for development.
When I saw the poster, I just feel like this is for me. Like, it's being a journalist and then somebody that runs an organization. I feel like it's another opportunity for me to see that I work around these things that I'm doing, GBB empowerment, GBB survivors empowerment, and do a lot. Probably initially I feel like, okay, if I come to this training, I'm going to meet a lot of people, a lot of experts that will help me, probably that will partner and collaborate to see that we help these people. And of course, right from day one, I was able to meet some people that are actually working around those issues and are willing to join me in this campaign.
About the Media for Development cohort. This cohort is dedicated to equipping young leaders with the skills, tools, and mindsets needed to use media as a force for social change. Participants will explore how to leverage new media platforms, social media storytelling, podcasting and audio advocacy, documentary and docu-style video, short-form stories, and creative content.
Honestly, I would say the experience has been so amazing. So there's been a lot of amazing experiences and a lot of moments that actually stood out for me. But one very key moment was during the town hall session that we had, and it was just interesting to hear young people share their perspectives about what is needed in our country, in our society, and also share their perspectives about the role media plays in development and all of that.
I do not have one moment that stood out for me. I have plenty moments that actually stood out for me. every section in these 3 days has actually stood out for me. But then particularly what stood out for me the most would be the Media for Developmental class, where I learned more ethics to storytelling and the do's and don'ts of storytelling.
All the sessions have been extremely insightful, but I would say yesterday's session on Media for Development, I learned so much. I heard words that I'd never heard before, and it made me to be more empathic about reporting on social issues like poverty and inequality, and to really put myself in the victim situation and not just be, as a journalist, we get carried away by the story and the sensationalism of the story. So it's remembering that there's a human being whose life is going to be changed forever, whose story is going to be on the internet permanently. So it's important to also be empathic towards that person's feelings. So yesterday's session really stood out for me.
The cohort is tailored for emerging and established social justice advocates, media professionals, creators, storytellers, and anyone passionate about using media to amplify voices, challenge injustice, and drive societal transformation.
My perspective on Media for Development has greatly been impacted in the course of this training. So I now have a different perspective on how to use AI to foster development in the media sector. Because prior to now, I've always been, in as much as, okay, yes, you know, we have a lot to do with tech and ICT, but I still had some reservations when it comes to using AI, because I see it like it's going to make you lose that natural essence. So yeah, I've learned to like balance it up.
My perspective for media development has changed, especially in the aspect of getting to be more intentional about the audience we care to serve, and getting very clear about key messages before we even start to roll out content, before we even set camera, before we even sit behind the ring light.
My perspective for media and development has actually changed, in the sense that I now see that I don't just have to use the media to make noise or to raise dust alone. I can actually use the media to influence change, positive change. Also, I can actually use the media to also advance the well-being and the rights of the young minds in Nigeria.
Across the 3 days, participants will gain practical experience, build collaborative projects, and grow within a community of fellow young leaders deeply committed to shaping a more just and equitable society.
One key idea I learned that I'm going to carry on is to research more about ethical dilemma. You know, that was something that's really popped up in one of our sessions, and I just discovered that we as creators here in Nigeria, or people who facilitate communication, there are some ethics that we need to put in place, you know, because now everybody, if you look at the development space, people almost can jump in without being trained. Do you get? Because they feel like they have the heart for the work and passion for the work. I think one key lesson is to make sure that, or not assume, especially for the people who are under me, that they know what they are doing, and just to make sure that you teach them the basic ethics of getting things done. We had a very prominent example of people trying to captivate or tell stories about poverty, and then they just, you know, without people's consent, they just take pictures of them. It just makes the whole thing look messy, and at the end of the day, we have pictures online that is representing Africa. That's, you know, just because some people wanted to tell stories, they are passionate, but that ethics is not there. One big lesson is to make sure that we emphasize what the rules are, and educate people, and also educate ourselves to go by the book.
So one key lesson I'll carry out from this project at the end of the day is
about the fact that we should not, be limited by the resources that we have or what we think we have. That's be emphasized. The ability for you to use what you have to get what you want is creativity. And in the session yesterday, that was spoken about a lot. Sometimes we feel like we need to get the best gadget, the best cameras, the best lights. But then as development professionals, especially with the fact that we have limited resources, we need to be creative enough to use whatever we have. A lot of people gave testimonials about how they use just their phones and the quality comes out well and they're able to raise impacts in their community. So that's something for me.
One of the key things that I picked is to network, to work with other people if I really, really want a positive change and positive impact and to change the narrative. I need to collaborate with other people on board. This is one of the things that I really, really picked, and I'm going to make sure that I, work on it.
One thing that I would love to do after this program is to continue to enlighten people to know the powerful of media in order to bring change to our society.
One key lesson I want to carry on from this program is that, first, my power as a media professional to shape this world is unmatched. There is so much I can do. Also, I think the virtues of hard work and diligence, which we have seen practically in the last couple of days, also excellence in what we do, while not forgetting the part about ethics. So the goal is to inspire hope, to inspire collective action, and to make the world a better place. And that is something I will never lose sight of.
Excellence.
Awesome.
Mind-blowing.
Delicious. Yeah.
It's very amazing.
Awesome.
Life-changing.
Eye-opening.
Motivating.
Powered up.
Insightful.
It's been amazing, it's been fun, and I have learned and unlearned a whole lot in the course of the training.